Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Gary here from RV Living Life. If you followed the channel for any period of time, you probably know that we are Canadian snowbirds. We like to spend our time in Canada in the summer and our time in Florida in the winter, or anywhere in the States. Actually, one year we went from Toronto to Vancouver, to LA to Florida, and back up here. So we circumvented the US there. That was 8 months, 9,000 miles. It was quite the winter vacation. But we're snowbirds. We traveled regularly to Florida. We have a lot of friends down there, and we really enjoy our time. We have relatives down there that we visit with. It was just a good situation. But things have changed, and we've decided to stay in Canada this winter. We don't know if this is going to be permanent or not, but for now we're staying in Canada. So this started back in March when we were in the US. There's some changes in how things operate with visitors to the USA, and there's some new requirements and forms to fill out and what have you. And we thought, hey, if we got to fill out a form, who cares, right? But we went to fill out a form online to stay in the US, and we had to have it done by a certain period of time. And part of the form required you to leave your permanent US address. And if you're a visitor, I don't know how you would have a permanent US address unless you're renting a house for 6 months or something. It certainly doesn't accommodate RVers or vacationers or anything like that. Like, what would be your permanent address? So we tried leaving different campground addresses in, and that didn't work out. We tried putting in the local post office as an address, and that was accepted. So we put our two forms in, and we waited for a reply. They said they'd get back to us, when we submitted. We waited about 10 days, and nothing's happening. And we were coming to this time that we had to have this form approved or be out of the country. So we decided that we would just leave. We left like 3 weeks early. We came back to Canada. It was okay to come back. We were a little earlier than expected, so it was still a little cool, but it was fine. We were home. We also had big plans for traveling in Canada for the summer, and we did. We went out to the east coast of Canada and traveled around. It was beautiful. And we went up north, visited relatives. We really enjoy our time in Canada in the summer. It's beautiful. And then winter comes, so we decide, like, are we going to go back? And now things have changed even more down south, and there's a lot of economic pressure on Canada and Canadians. And we came up with different reasons of why we should stay and why we should go. It's actually a lot cheaper for us or less expensive for us to go to the US for the winter, because we have a lifetime Thousand Trails membership. So basically $100 a month keeps that thing going, and we can stay in Florida all winter for $100 a month. It doesn't get any cheaper than that. Of course, you got to buy your food and gas and whatever else, but $100 a month for a place to park your motorhome is dirt cheap. In Canada, it's much more expensive, but so economically, it would be less expensive for us to go to the US. But the economic pressure being put on Canada weighs on us heavily. We are Canadians, and we love being Canadians, and we are proud to be Canadians. So anybody that's putting economic pressure on our country is not our friend. We have a lot of friends down south, and we love them all, and we wish we would just go back and see them, and maybe we will again. But for this year, we're not going. And a lot of them don't understand it. People on my YouTube channel write to me. I get messages on Messenger, which I hate Messenger. Don't send me messages on that. But anyway, that's how people contact you, through Facebook. But, so the economic pressures on Canada really weighed on us. And we're thinking, we got to try and keep our economy going. And there's a movement here, Canada Strong, and stay in Canada and spend your money here, support your own country. So we're in on that, and we're just going to do that. And even though it's costing us more money to stay here, we feel it's the right thing to do for us. If other people think differently, that's fine. Go do what you want. But we feel that we really should support our country. And over the year of 2025, Canada's tourism, because people stayed home, exploded. You can't get in anywhere. Everything's so overloaded with tourists. It's the biggest year we've ever had, and 2026 is going to be even bigger. And we do plan to travel in 2026 in Canada for sure. But the economic boom of people staying home is crazy. Travel to the south is down by depending on what state and what news article you read, it's down by 20%, 30%, 40%. You know, there's a huge buy Canadian movement too, which is we only buy Canadian products now, or what have you. You know, we don't want to send money to someone that's trying to economically pressure us. So we're not going to do that. We're going to support our own country, or any other country, really. But basically, we're going to spend our money here. We're going to stay here. So it was a tough decision. You know, there are other things, you know, the border crossing thing, where there's a lot of scrutiny now on Canadians. You know, and I've been to the U.S. so many times. They know who I am. They know everything about me. But still, they need to scrutinize us more. And they could be going into our phones and looking at our social media and, you know, and all that stuff. So that really doesn't interest us, you know. And we're not afraid to go to the U.S. Like, we still would feel very safe there. Like I said, we the areas we go to, we're with all of our friends. So why would we not feel safe? It's just silly. But there's a lot of other stuff going on down there which we don't agree with. It's just a lot of chaos, put it that way. So we're going to stay home. We're going to support our own country. And in staying home, we're in a winter park here. I don't know if you saw my last video. It's about our winter setup, but we're very well set up here. We're nice and warm. We've got hydro, propane, everything, and you know, hydroelectrical, right? And we're very comfortable here. And the winter here is not so bad. There was absolutely no snow. I'm recording this on January 12th, and there was no snow here 2 days ago. Now there's a little bit out there, maybe a quarter inch or so, but it just comes and goes here all winter. So we're mid-January coming up, so another month or so it's going to start warming up. It'd be nice again. You know, it starts to warm up here around March, right? But anyway, staying in Canada is not a problem, the park we're staying at. And we also own a home. And our tenants have decided to move out of our home at the end of February. So we're taking that opportunity to move back into our home. So we have a storage spot in our community where we can store our RV. We're staying in our home that we purchased is in a community of 640 houses. It's a gated community. And we have all of the amenities you could ever think of, you know, swimming pool, pool hall, workshop, wood shop, sewing room, arts and crafts. There's a library. There's a hall where people play cards, bingo, darts, everything. There's something going on here every day of the week. We're also a 10-minute walk from Lake Huron, which is a beautiful place to be. And so we really love where our home is. So we're going to go back in there for a few months. We're probably either going to stay there and just travel short drives, or we may rent it out again and travel across Canada and maybe spend the winter in Victoria next year, Victoria, BC. So we don't know really what the future lies going down the road, but traveling south is not in our future for a while anyway, or maybe never again, or who knows. I'm also getting older, and health insurance for traveling to the U.S. is getting expensive. And but you know, that would never stop me. I would go there anyway. And also the cost of living. People saying the Canadian dollar is a reason that we're not traveling. You know, that's nonsense. All the years we traveled, the dollar was between 72 and 75 cents, and it's at 72 cents today. So that has no economic impact on us at all. It's the same as it always was. And even if it dropped another 3 cents to say 69 cents on the dollar, would I not travel to the U.S. because it's going to cost me an extra 3% to stay there for the winter? That's nonsense, really. So people that use that for an excuse, or people that say that's the reason we're not going, it's just seems silly to me, but what have you. So, you know, the economic impact for us is it's going to cost us more to stay in Canada than the U.S., but we feel it's the right thing to do. Like, we really believe if our staying here and spending money here helps one person, it's worth it. Being a Canadian, if I can help one person, I'll stay here, you know. Canada proud, right? So I'm sure people in other countries are very proud of their countries and they feel the same way. But this is how we feel. So it was a tough decision, but this is what we're going to do. And we love our country. We love our people. We're going to travel here. There's a lot in Canada to see. We've been coast to coast in the motorhome in this country already, but we can do it again. There's places we haven't been. You can't see everything. It's a big country. It's huge. If you've ever come here or you're from here, you know that it's a big country, and we're just going to enjoy Canada at least this winter, probably next winter, and maybe forever. Who knows? Who knows what the future lies? We may even sell our motorhome and just stay home. Who knows? We have a great place to live, so it's a little, at first, it took a long time for me to come around to not traveling south, right? But now that the decision has been made and we're a couple of months into it, I feel very good about it. And we're very proud to stay here and take care of our country. So anyway, that's about it. I might throw a few other things in here, I'm not sure, but really just wanted to tell everyone why we're staying in Canada this winter. We love you all. If you're from Canada, we love you. If you're from the US, we love you. We're not afraid of you. We love you, We have no fear of going anywhere. We're just a couple old snowbirds that traveled, right? So it's not about fear. It's about economics, and we're going to help our own country. So take care, everyone. Thanks for watching. And actually, before I go, if you could leave a comment what you think about this down below, I'd appreciate it. If you're Canadian and you're staying here or you've gone, hey, if you want to go, do your thing. We'll do ours. And if you're an American and you wish we would come, or you're glad we don't come, or whatever, just be respectful, both sides of the fence. Leave a few comments, respect other people. If people aren't respectful, I'll just delete the comments, but I'm sure everyone can talk with respect. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Take care now.